Hi, I'm Benjamin Bell of This Week with George Stephanopoulos, and I'm joined today by Bloomberg TV contributor David Plouffe, who also ran President Obama's 2008 presidential campaign. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Good to be with you.
Thanks. And because we believe all politics is social here at This Week, we're going to put some of the questions that you submitted on Facebook to David. So the first question comes from Joanne Cohn, and she says, I would like to know what one accomplishment beside the Affordable Care Act does President Obama want to be remembered for?
Well, I think it's got to start and end with the economy, which is, under his leadership with the great work of our businesses and workers, we dug back from the Great Recession. Our economy starting to grow again. And more importantly than the statistics is, can we begin to strengthen the middle class? So I think he'll want to look back on, we recovered from the recession, we began to grow, and began to do some smart things around manufacturing, education, and exports to really help the middle class. I'll add a second, which is, after more than a decade of war, ending the wars America's been involved with. The Iraq War's already ended. Afghanistan will be over next year. That's going to be important for our economy, too, because there's no question that, we focus so much on those two wars that the homeland here suffered for it.
Gotcha. The next question comes from John Stofko, and this is always one of our favorites. Will Hillary Clinton run for president of the United States in 2016?
I have no idea. I think that, and any predictions about who's going to run, who's going to win, we're many lifetimes away from that. She'd obviously be an enormously strong candidate if she did run, I think, in both the primary and general. But, we have other people in our party who would be very strong candidates. The Republicans going to have a big field. So I think it's going to be a fascinating race. I mean, it's an open seat presidential race in an era of changing technology, super PACs blossoming all across the country, unfortunately. So I think it's going to be, really, really a fascinating race with, strong contenders on both sides. But there's no doubt that, she has unique appeal, I think, across the electorate and would be a super strong candidate. But, she's obviously taking some well-deserved time to burrow in with her family and after 4 really grueling years as Secretary of State, where the great thing about Secretary Clinton was, she left such a footprint around the world whenever she traveled, and that was a great asset for the country.
She's got to be the front runner, right, at this point?
Well, listen, I think if she runs in the primary, she's the front runner. Obviously, the vice president is someone who will take a look at this. We have other governors and senators who will take a look at it. But I think, if she were to run, she would be an enormously strong candidate in the primary. But, politics is a strange thing. This time, in 2005, there wasn't anybody, including me, who thought Barack Obama would run, much less become president. So, that's my point. There's a lot of lifetimes. There'll be new candidates emerge that we're not really talking about in both parties. But she starts, I think, with just enormous strength with the electorate.
Okay. And actually, the next question is also about Hillary Clinton, and it comes from Lisa Davis. And she says, is he going to be Hillary Clinton's campaign manager? So, slightly different question. Hillary Clinton calls you up. Right. Says, will you run my campaign? What do you say? How do you respond?
I am done running presidential campaigns. So, but I'll give her whatever advice she would seek. Some of it might be good, some of it might not be good. She'll have her own campaign team. But I think I'm done running presidential campaigns. You have to know when to hang it up. And after 2008 and 2012, I think, I did my best in those 2 elections, joined by millions of Americans. So I'm not going to go out there and run a campaign again. Those days are over. But I'll be helping as much as I can from the sidelines.
Okay, fair enough. And just lastly, Ann Romney said this week that, she had no regrets about the 2012 presidential campaign. But, as someone who ran a campaign successfully, what do you think Mitt Romney's biggest single mistake was during that last campaign?
How much time do we have? Well, I would say at a macro level, actually, it's that he didn't offer a compelling economic alternative. We were always waiting for him to say, I think the Republican efforts on the economy have not been great. Obviously disagree with a lot of the president has, here's kind of my answer. He never did that. It was just the same old orthodoxy of cutting taxes for the wealthy and slashing investments in things like education and research and development. So he never offered people, so I think that was the original sin. Obviously throughout the campaign there was tactical missteps. Obviously the 47% comment mattered to people because it was a revealing moment. It wasn't just a gaffe. People found in that, I think, a window into who he was. But, presidential campaigns are tough. Right. So, we appreciate how hard they worked from Mitt Romney on down. You pour your heart and souls into this thing, and you work too hard, and, they thought they were going to win. So it's got to be doubly hard because they really thought they were going to win. But you know, when you're in the arena with people, you know, even though you disagree heartily on policy and the direction of the country, you have respect for what they're going through. And so you look at the other side, and you have to tip your hat to them because they worked hard, they believed in their candidate, they gave everything they could, and you came up short. And you know, there's nothing better in my line of work than winning a presidential election. So fortunately, I've had that experience twice. It's a very special experience. But you know, some of those people worked in the Romney campaign. I'm sure down the line they may be able to experience that.
Okay, so now on to our lightning round.
Yeah.
Your one piece of advice for Anthony Weiner, who's running for New York City mayor.
Well, I am not involved in the New York mayor's race. I think all the candidates, it's going to be a fascinating primary, obviously. So this is not about Weiner specifically. You just got to make sure people understand where do you want to take the city, how does that differentiate yourself with your opponent, and try and inspire people to get involved in your campaign. You know, we just had an LA mayor's race. I was really happy with the outcome. Eric Garcetti won. I think he'll be a terrific mayor. Very low turnout. So you want to be able to also make people think the election matters. But it's going to be, I'm going to really enjoy watching that. That's going to be a fascinating, fascinating race.
Okay. More predictions here. Republican most likely to run for president in 2016?
Well, I think you've got, you know, Rand Paul certainly looks like he's going to run. You've got Rubio. You've got Paul Ryan. They're going to have a big, big field. And, you know, the question is, can someone like a Chris Christie, and there may be others who are less to the right, do they have any chance of winning the nomination? Those happen to be the people that would probably be the strongest general election candidates. So that's what I think is going to be fascinating, which is, are the Republican parties, are they going to continue to nominate? And even Mitt Romney, listen, he was hard right on all the social issues, all the economic issues, and that's one of the reasons he lost. And so are they going to nominate someone who's got to be down the line, just 100% on that real conservative orthodoxy, or are they going to let someone who breaks from that from time to time? But you know, I'd imagine they're going to have a big field, you know, 6, 7, 8 credible candidates, and it's going to be fascinating to watch.
Great. And your favorite movie about politics?
Wow. I'd actually say To All the President's Men, you know, great movie, great book about an important period in our American history. Maybe more frivolously, Bob Roberts, the movie with Tim Robbins, just a great, fun movie about politics and kind of a satire. Okay.
And lastly, must follow Twitter account. You're on Twitter.
Well, it's interesting. You got to follow your local weather, right? In Washington, it's Capital Weather Gang. That's great because you know minute to minute almost what's happening with the weather. And Sports Center, of course, so you get the sports. And there's too many to listen in politics. I mean, I think that what's interesting about Twitter is it's very useful for, you know, up to date, you know, but, you know, most of the country, unlike Facebook, most of the country's on Facebook, they're not on Twitter. And so I think in Washington, sometimes there's kind of an artificial environment where everybody thinks everybody's on Twitter and those are the conversations that matter, when in fact, most of the country's not engaged in it.
Okay. Well, thank you, David, so much for your time. And thank you to everyone who submitted their questions. You can follow the show on Twitter at This Week ABC and on Facebook at facebook.com/thisweekabc.